Weight loss medications are everywhere right now and more accessible than ever, but just because they're popular doesn't mean they're being used the right way. In this video, I'm going to break down the truth about weight loss drugs, what they're really for, how they actually work, and the critical difference between using them the right way versus the wrong way. Because if you don't use them the right way, you could end up feeling more exhausted, frustrated, and stuck than when you started. And this isn't just another opinionated YouTube video. I'll be backing it all with real research and expert insight, so by the end, you'll have a clear strategy built for women over 40 who want to lose belly fat and keep it off. Let's get into it. Before we even talk about weight loss drugs, we need to talk about muscle. After 40, you start losing it faster than you realize, and it's something you simply can't ignore. When people talk about fat loss, they always focus on the fat. But the real secret is the muscle underneath. Muscle is what gives your body shape, strength, energy, and that healthy toned look that you're working for. Without it, you're not just losing weight, you're losing your metabolism, you're losing your power, and keeping fat off becomes 10 times harder. Muscle declines in menopause because the hormone estrogen starts to decline, and that is the number one reason why you will have a hard time retaining or even building muscle. And the second thing is that you just don't listen to your body. Some studies show that as you move through menopause, you lose muscle faster than you think. Women in late perimenopause and postmenopause have significantly less muscle than their premenopausal peers. That's because your estrogen levels drop, which affects how your body builds and repairs muscle. And less muscle equals slower metabolism, less energy, and more stubborn fat that won't budge, even if you're eating clean. Here's why muscle matters so much. It's not just a side note, it's a key part of the fat loss equation, especially after 40. Muscle is your metabolic engine. It's what keeps your metabolism firing. It helps to control your blood sugar and it improves your insulin sensitivity, which is crucial in menopause. It keeps you strong, mobile, and independent as you age. Now, here's the good news. Even in midlife, resistance training works. An analysis found that women over 40 can still build muscle and gain strength with the right kind of training. You don't need to be lifting heavy or spending hours in the gym. Just consistent, progressive resistance training 2 to 3 times a week can completely change your body. So to sum everything up, if you start using a weight loss drug like Ozempic, but you don't support your muscle with strength training and protein, you're not just losing fat, you're losing muscle too. But you're probably wondering, okay, but how bad is it? Now let's look at what the research actually says about weight loss drugs and muscle loss. We're about to break down research that's often overlooked in doctors' offices, specifically on how weight loss drugs affect your muscle, and it matters more than you might realize. Studies found up to 40% of the weight loss on GLP-1 drugs come from muscle, not just fat. Even in clinical trials, people lose lean body mass, especially without training or eating protein. Muscle loss means you burn fewer calories at rest, which is why so many people gain the weight back once they stop taking the drug. So here's the bottom line. These weight loss drugs that everyone's talking about don't just burn fat. They can also burn a lot of muscle, especially if your nutrition and training aren't in place to protect it. That's why whether you're on GLP-1s or not, your training and nutrition are the foundation. They are the one thing that always stays consistent, and they're the real reason women over 40 lose fat, build lean muscle, and actually keep the results. But that doesn't mean you have to skip dinners with friends, run 10 miles every morning, or give up your favorite foods. In fact, it's the opposite. We've helped thousands of women feel like themselves again, more energized, stronger, and finally confident in their bodies. They simply followed our ultimate guide to macronutrients. No starving, no overtraining, just real food and real results. Take Karen, for example. At 47, she was exhausted, overworked, and frustrated. But once she started applying our macro guide, she began eating more, feeling better, and losing fat in the process. Now she says she feels more confident and energized than she did in her 30s. Or Kathy, who started at 73 and lost 12 pounds in 12 weeks without cutting carbs or living on salads. She rebuilt her strength, fixed her sleep, and now lifts heavier at 74 than she ever did in her 40s. So if you're ready to start making a real change, to eat better, feel better, and still enjoy your life, click the first link in the description to get access to our ultimate Ultimate Guide to Macronutrients. It could be the first step in finally getting your body and energy back. But for now, let's break down what actually works, because there's a right way to use weight loss drugs and there's a wrong way that's setting a lot of people up for failure. If you're set on using GLP-1s like Ozempic or Wegovy, you need to treat them as just one piece of the puzzle and not your entire plan. Relying on the drug alone without building the right habits won't just slow your progress. Over time, it can completely throw off how your body functions, making it harder to maintain results once the drug stops working. You start doing things like severely undereating and missing the protein your body desperately needs to protect muscle. Skipping strength training, which leads to faster muscle loss and a slower metabolism. Having no exit plan, so you stay on the drug without a long-term strategy. Treating it like a miracle fix, assuming it works without effort or consequences. But here's the good news. There's a right way to approach weight loss drugs, especially for women after 40. And it's the way that experts continue to stand behind. Use it as a jump start, not a crutch. Pair it with high protein nutrition and resistance training. Track your food and your body composition. Only start the drug if you're already committed to the basics. Have a plan to wean off, not stay on it forever. Work with a coach, a physician, or a registered dietitian. The drug can help you, but it can also harm you. You need to know how to stack the results in your favor and use it as a tool and not the entire solution. What I've seen work is women that are on GLP-1s or Ozempic are using it because they know that they're overweight. They understand that they have these tendencies to eat the wrong types of foods that have caused them to be where they are with gaining the weight. So they are taking or using the drug, but at the same time, they're exploring avenues and habits that are going to lead them to a sustainable result and success, meaning they understand that they need to eat better. They need to throw away the old habits of choosing bad foods and replace it with whole foods and eat more frequently throughout the day. They understand that they need to go from a sedentary lifestyle to more of a active lifestyle, whether it's starting to walk or it is starting to get into strength training. And then once they have these habits ingrained in their life, they can start to wean off of these GLP-1s and the Ozempic drugs, and they can start to lean more on the habits that they've been working toward to build. Now, let me give you the exact blueprint that actually works for women over 40. I've coached women through every stage of midlife, and the ones who keep the fat off, feel strong, and stay consistent, they're not relying on quick fixes. They follow a focused, actionable framework, one that's backed by real research and built to work for women over 40. And here it is, step by step for you to follow. Number 1, high protein nutrition. Start by increasing your protein intake daily, especially during and after menopause. Think more than you think you need every single day. Quality, timing, and consistency matter more than perfection. Number 2, strength training. Next, you need to lift, not heavy, just consistently. Strength training is the most powerful way to protect your muscle and your metabolism as you age. You'll feel stronger, you'll look leaner, and be more energized. Number 3, eat enough to fuel your body. This is where most women go wrong. Undereating doesn't speed up weight loss. It actually makes it worse by burning muscle. You need enough calories to support your body, especially if you're strength training. Number 4, prioritize your recovery and your hormone health. Training and nutrition won't work if your recovery is trash. Poor sleep, high stress, and hormone imbalance will stall your progress. Support your nervous system. It's just as important as lifting weights. Number 5, track what actually matters. Stop obsessing over the scale. What really matters is, are you building muscle? Are you feeling better? Are you getting stronger? Track your energy, your progress, and feedback from your body. That's how you adjust smartly. Number 6, use GLP-1s the right way. If you're going to use a drug like Ozempic, treat it like a support tool, not a magic fix. It should fit into this strategy, not replace it. Use it temporarily, monitor your results, and always have a plan to come off. When women follow this strategy, they don't just lose belly fat. They gain energy, confidence, and control over their body. And that doesn't come from a prescription bottle. Weight loss drugs like Ozempic aren't magic. Yes, they can help, but they can also strip away the one thing that makes fat loss after 40 even possible, your muscle. So if you've been frustrated with stubborn belly fat, low energy, or feeling stuck no matter what you do, consider this your your wake-up call, protect your metabolism, protect your strength, and most importantly, protect you. All the research and sources that I mentioned are linked in the description below. We've helped thousands of women feel like themselves again, stronger, more energized, and finally confident in their bodies by simply following our ultimate guide to macronutrients. No starving, no overtraining, just real food and real results. Take Amy, who dropped from a size 12 to a size 6 while easing her menopause symptoms and joint pain just by learning how to feel her body right. Or Savannah, who lost 45 pounds, gained muscle, and said goodbye to all or nothing mindset that was holding her back. And Elisa, who built 15 pounds of muscle and completely transformed her hormones, now feeling stronger at 45 than she ever did in her 20s. If you're ready to start feeling like yourself again, click the link and grab the ultimate guide to macronutrients. It could be the first step in finally getting your body and your energy back. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.